So before I start the coding part, I wanted to say that I'm using this WinSub editor of belonging to the Codium, which is actually AI powered based extension. So now before the coding part is started, so I wanted to speak about the technical setup and the project structure for this crowdfunding application. So for this, as I said earlier, I have used this I'll be using this Next.js framework, the enhanced version of React frameworks, which is actually very convenient, and also I feel much more comfortable to use this Next.js app router. So I'll be using this in a 14.2 version 14.2.14. Of course, the latest version is for Next.js 15, but I feel much more comfortable to use the 14.2.14 right now. You can use the version 15, and the now the after the process is now what we need to give. You can give the name of your smart contract as you wish, but I have given as a crowdfunding. Then after that, then at the terminal of your editor, what you need to do is you can run npx create next app at a flat of 14.2.14, and you can select yes for TypeScript app router, of course no for source directory, and yes for both the Tailwind CSS and Island. Then there are other set of dependencies which are actually must for the smart contract interactions testing and deployment purpose. So you can run this npm install. So by the way, I'll be pushing the code to the GitHub to my GitHub account. So you can run this. You can run this command and get the dependencies installed. And the important part out here is now what you need to do is you need to run the Hardhat, that's the development environment. So Hardhat is a development environment to compile, deploy, test, and debug the Ethereum smart contracts. So you can run npx Hardhat or the npx Hardhat init to get the what you need to get is npx hardhat.config.ts file. And after that the next is the compilation of smart contract. So technically this npx Hardhat compile will be takes place after the smart contract writing of smart contract is actually completed, and other set of requirements are being fulfilled. So that will generate, when you run npx Hardhat compile, it will generate the artifacts folder which will having the ABI and also the bytecode. Then next is the command that is required for deployment purposes npx Hardhat run contracts. This may change depending upon the file and folder structure of the application. And network is, as I said, I have selected the Sepolia. So what this command does is it will send deployment transaction to the network. Deployment transaction to the network in the sense that when the smart contract is getting deployed to the network, we are sending transactions. So that's why a certain amount of Ethereum will be charged as a fees for having deployed the transaction to the network and giving back the smart contract address. And next is the setting up of the environmental variable. So for this Sepolia URL, you can use the Alchemy API. So this one is must in order to get it interact with the network. Then also private key in the sense that you need to have certain amount of Ethereum in your wallet. So where you will have to pay a certain amount of Ethereum will be charged as a fee for deploying charge cost. Then but the Ethereum requirement out here will be the Sepolia Ethereum, that is the fake Ethereum, which is not the real Ethereum, but this is actually must, so that the smart contract that you are deploying to the network is fully functional, fully free of coding errors or smart contract so that there is no some kind of like a re-entrancy attack or some kind of smart contract exploits. So next is now the file and folder structure for the smart contract will be in this structure. First I will be having the auth for the sign in and sign up for the user authentication, then followed by the group routing for the navbar part, then also the components form for the of course this will be I'll be using the CN form. So and next is the CN components like button. I can have other components, so it will depend upon the depending upon the progress of the and the requirement of the application. So the components will be keep on adding out here. Then the constraint, and this is where normally I mean the export file are being actually kept for the best practices. So normally of course out here I have kept the crowdfunding.json and .tsx. Of course this can be kept out here at a constant, but I have shown it out here for as a part of for the usability and understanding purpose. And of course next is hooks. Then also on the lib folder, the action, these two will be the these three will be the server side actions. So the server side actions will be the coding for these two will be involved, three will be mostly involved for the server side actions, where the API calls also will be taking place. And the next one is the middleware for handling routes and authentications, and the contract, smart contract. So now what I want to say is now there will be separate environmental variables for backend and front-end. Front-end I will name it as a .env.local for understanding purpose. So now what I want to say is now of this file and folder structure of this crowdfunding smart contract, the first step that I'll be doing is I'll be writing this smart contract, then compile and deploy it. The next step will be after the smart contract is deployed, next step will be on the user authentications, registrations and login and logout part using the applet. The next will be the on the other UI part, mainly using the CN. So these are the files and folder structures and the technical setup and project startup for the crowdfunding smart contract. So once again I would like to say that the technical step that we need to read that I'll be using out here, it's Next.js version 14.24, where you can have TypeScript, app router, and of course no source directory and Tailwind CSS and slant, followed by this set of dependencies. And the most important part is of course Hardhat. Most important part is the Sepolia URL and the private key. So you can get the fake Ethereum from the faucet available in the internet, and these are must because you need to pay certain amount of Ethereum as charges when deploying to the blockchain network. So in the next part, what I will be doing is I'll start coding the coding for this smart contract, and then compile and then get it deployed. So thank you for watching.